Hello everybody and welcome to another video, and today I'm going to be looking at a band I've never ever heard of before, a band called Blindead. Blindead? Blindead? I'm not sure. Never heard of them before, so obviously had to do a little bit of research, but I didn't really find very much. What I found is that they are a Polish progressive extreme metal band from Gdynia, formed in 1999 under the name Incorrect Personality. To date they have 5 albums and 1 EP. The last album, as far as I'm aware, was released in 2016. So whether the band is still together, I don't know. Now the track I'm going to be looking at is a track called... I'm going to call it Absence, even though it's titled as A7bsence. But then when I look at the track listing for the entire album, it's all just like a letter and then a number like A3, B6, S1, E5, etc. Anyway, we're looking at a track called Absence featuring Piotr Grudziński. Never heard of him, so I had to look up who he was. And it turns out that he is a Polish musician born in Warsaw in 1975, primarily known for working in a metal band called Riverside. Never heard of them, but as far as I understand, that's progressive metal as well. And he was a member of that band since 2001. Unfortunately, he died in February of 2016 of a sudden cardiac arrest. That's rather unfortunate. But yes. So I'm going to look at this track. I'm very intrigued to see what this is going to be like. So I think I will stop waffling on. I've been going on for nearly 2 minutes now, and we'll just get straight on with it. So this is Absence by Blindead.
I'm trying
That was not what I expected at all, but I love this. This is brilliant. This guy has a phenomenal... His voice kind of reminds me a little bit of Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam, very slightly. But this is not what I expected at all. I mean, when it said progressive extreme metal band, I was expecting like really heavy, possibly even harsh vocals. This is not what I expected at all, but it's brilliant. There seems to be a real depth of emotion going through this song, and with the song itself being called Absence, and from what I've read, it seems to be talking about like friends, family, loved ones that may have died, and you're feeling their absence in the world. I think that's what it's about, but it's a beautiful song so far. And the song goes, and maybe it's the other way around, if they're still alive, haunting my frozen, rigid face, and each time they visit, they leave a spark, penetrating, suffocating, punishing me. They, the primal reason, the force ripping from the bottom, forcing 2 moments in time to become one, 2 moments passing through space in unison. For they are the sunken city of dreams, an underwater friend. For they are phantoms born of madman's delusions brought to life. It's beautifully written. I mean, I get the vague idea that this is talking about loved ones that have lost and you're feeling their absence. That's what the general sense I'm getting, and the passion in his voice kind of gives me that feeling as well, because there's a real emotion in there. It's quite powerful. I really like this. This is very, very good. Let's carry on. Wow, that was amazing. That was an amazing piece of music. I loved the track. I'm starting to get the impression, though, that this song itself may have been inspired by a piece of work by Edgar Allan Poe, since they decided to stick a random picture of him halfway through the song. But it definitely certainly seems to be about loss in some way or another. And that song ended rather differently than what I expected. You know, it was all sort of beautiful, sort of calm, soft music throughout the most part. It was beautiful lyrics, beautifully sung vocals, and then it got really quite heavy towards the end. A massive long musical outro, because that's typical of progressive metal. They can't figure out how to end a song. So, but yeah, that was brilliant. I mean, the song carried on, or maybe it was the other way round, and now was acknowledged the presence of the Red Death. He had come like a thief in the night, and one by one dropped the revellers in the blood-bedewed halls of their revel, and died each in the despairing posture of his fall. And the flames of the tripods expired, and darkness and decay and the Red Death held illimitable dominion over all. Now, Red Death, and from what they've described there, what was described there, one by one dropped the revellers in blood-bedewed halls of their revel. It sounds like Mask of the Red Death, which was a Vincent Price film, a great Vincent Price film. I love Vincent Price, one of my favourite actors of all time. And I'm pretty sure that was based on a short story, but I don't know if it was done by Poe. I can't remember. But I know he did a lot of films that are based on short stories, like The Pit and the Pendulum and stuff like that. They were based on sort of authors like Lovecraft and Poe and the like. So, yes, interesting. Very interesting. Great piece of music, absolutely beautiful piece of music. As I said, beautifully sung. The vocal performance there was amazing. You know, it's not what I expected at all. He has a great voice. And I mean, that song was nearly 7 minutes long, I believe. But absolutely brilliant. I would really like to hear the rest of that album. I'm going to have to look it up on Spotify or something like that. Because, yes, I'm very intrigued to hear the rest of it now. That was amazing. But there you go. I can't think of anything else to really say about it, so I'm going to leave that as it is. If anybody would like to suggest a track for me to react to, then please do so by all means. You can drop a comment in the comment section below, or message me on my Facebook or my Instagram, or you can even message me on my Patreon, where you could also help to support me, help me make future videos, possibly even improve on the quality of the videos in the future. Obviously, it'd be a great help to me, since, you know, all of these videos contain copyright material, and thus I can't make money by making these videos. So there we go. But do know, if you do make a suggestion, it might take me a while to get around to it, as I do get suggested so many tracks every single day that my list grows faster than I can record them. So I can't keep up with the speed of the suggestions. But I do write down every suggestion I get, so it will get done eventually. It will just take me a while to get around to it. Also, Metalhead Reacts is a proud supporter of the Sophie Lancaster Foundation, a British-based charity whose main goal is to put an end to hate crimes, especially those aimed towards those of the alternative culture. Obviously, they want to put an end to all hate crimes, but the alternative culture is their main focus, since that's what caused them to come into being. And it's something that I think is really important. It's something that really needs more attention bringing to it, because all over the world, every single day, people are getting violently attacked just because of their taste in music, and just because of the way that they dress. And, you know, it's ridiculous. It's out of control. It shouldn't be happening. And, you know, people are getting so severely hurt. People are getting hospitalised just because of their taste in music. And it's unacceptable that this is happening. You know, the level of intolerance floating around the world at the moment is bad enough, but we don't need to add more pettiness to it by, you know, attacking someone because of their taste in music. It makes no sense. You know, you don't attack someone because they like different films or TV shows to you. You don't attack someone because they like different flavoured crystal or different flavour ice cream to you. So why would you attack someone because they like different music to you? It makes no sense. What music they listen to in their own personal time has no effect on your life. So what difference does it make what they listen to? You know, if you don't like the way someone's dressed, don't look at them. It's really simple. There are infinite other directions that you can look in. You know, if you don't like what someone's wearing, shift your gaze like a centimetre to the side. You're not looking at them anymore. It's really simple. But none of those things is an excuse to attack someone, but it happens all the time. And when it comes to the point where a young woman, Sophie Lancaster, loses her life just because of her taste in music and taste in clothing, things have gone beyond ridiculous. It is, you know, it's beyond comprehension that a girl should be beaten to death by a group of people just because of her taste in music and clothes. It's unacceptable that this should happen, but it happens all the time, and we need it to stop. And this is what the Sophie Lancaster Foundation is all about. They want to put a stop to this. They don't want to see another family go through what they went through when they had to sit there by their daughter's bedside and watch her die because of a group of intolerant idiots thinking it was an acceptable thing to attack her just because they didn't like her taste in clothes and music. It shouldn't happen. We can't let it happen again. And we need to bring more attention to this. So if you'd like to find out more about the Sophie Lancaster Foundation, there is a link to their website in the description below. You can go over there, find out what they're working on, find out what their goal is, because they can explain it so much better than I can, because I go off on random rants and tangents. And if you can help them in any way, even something as simple as one of these Sophie wristbands, which are like £1, I think, on their web store. You know, they've got a whole bunch of other merchandise on there as well, some really cool stuff. You know, if you can help them in any small way, the smallest amount can make the biggest difference. And the sooner we can bring more attention to this, the sooner we can stamp out prejudice, hatred, and intolerance everywhere. But I'm going to leave that as it is for the time being. Thank you all very, very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.